Hey, I am finally back from my vacation, and like I promised, I'll now do South American countries. Enjoy. Since South America is, well, in the south, you can definitely tell the difference between, let's say, South America and North America by looking at where the sun is. Because on GeoGuessr, at the corner of the screen, you might see a compass that can help you determine in which direction you're looking at. And if you're looking at the sun and it points north, that means you're in the opposite direction, aka the southern hemisphere. Now to recognize Argentina, it is pretty simple because the gen-free Argentinian coverage was taken by a black Google car. However, that Google car is not just unique to Argentina, it's also found in Uruguay and Peru. What is unique to Argentina though are these wooden poles. There's two variations to the Argentinian wooden poles. They're either just one pole or they're either A-frame poles. And no other wooden pole is found throughout South America. Another very key hint is the road lines, because Argentina either has in the middle double yellow, white dashed lines or a mix of both. That means one straight yellow line with white dashed lines near. Also, yes, there is a town in Argentina called Heavy.
Who touched my gun?
Okay, before I begin explaining the Bolivian meta, don't take this fact as basically how you will determine that you're in Bolivia. I'm just saying that you're not always going to be in La Paz or somewhere near. I'm just saying that whenever you are in Bolivia, you are near the city or in the city. Okay? Thank you. We may now move on. Basically, Bolivia is recognized through the gen-free white Google car, as you can see right here. Another thing is the license plates, because Bolivia has short license plates that have blue rims. It's barely visible, but you can also see the blue letters that are very common on the Bolivian license plates. Another thing is the Bolivian architecture, because Bolivian apartment buildings, or just buildings, are made of red bricks, just like some parts of Peru. However, combined with the license plates and also the coverage and the Google car, most of the times you'll be in Bolivia. And also most of those times in Bolivia, you'll be in the city of La Paz. Also, another very cool fact about La Paz is that it's the highest capital in the world. What do I mean by highest? Well, because it sits at an altitude of over like 3 kilometers. Just like with Turkey, Brazil has lots of meta just in this one screen. What are the metas? Glad you asked. First one is the license plates, because the Brazilian license plates are kind of similar to the Argentinian ones, because just like the Argentinian ones, they have a blue bar at the top. We can see that right here. Another hint is the utility poles, because Brazil has these ladder poles that have a white painted bottom. Well, of course, they're not always painted white at the bottom, but most of the times they are. And another hint is the back of the signs, which are black, just like Italy. However, with all of these hints combined, it definitely shouldn't be Italy. Oh, and also, yes, the road lines, because Brazil has yellow inner lines and white outer lines. Chile is easily recognized through the road lines. They're either all white or all yellow. All yellow. The road lines are common in national parks and also areas of cold temperature. Chile is also recognized through the utility poles, because the Chilean poles are pretty similar to the Brazilian ones. But instead of them being like ladder poles, they have this indent on the front and the back of the pole, and also some holes at the top. Regionally, in the north, Chile is recognized from the huge desert mountains because of the Atacama Desert, the driest hot desert in the world. And in the south, it looks a lot like the north of Spain. However, to differentiate Chile from Spain, Just look at the sun if it's in the north, just like how I explained it in our Argentina episode. It's in the southern hemisphere. Ah, Colombia. You are so easy to recognize even in the most rural areas possible, all because of one very iconic hint in the GeoGuessr community. What is that hint? The hint is that most of the Bolivian signs have this cross on the back of the signs, and also those back of the signs are white, or in this case white with a bit of rust. And yeah, you only need this one very simple hint. Consider this the Ghana black tape of South America. Yup, the classic cam is back. What do I mean by it? Well, Ecuador is probably the only country in Latin America that has lots of cam coverage. It can have some Gen 4 coverage taken by a white pickup truck, but most of the times it's taken in cam. Oh, and also Ecuador is probably the only country in South America where you can see lots of bollards everywhere, not like any other country. Just like Colombia's cross on the back of the sign, which I call the Ghana black tape of South America, Peru also has a very easy hint that can be used to being recognized. And that hint is these signposts. Now the hint right here is the post itself, because Peru has these square posts that are striped in black and white colors. Another thing is, whenever you're in Peru, you're probably gonna be somewhere in the Andes Mountains or somewhere that's quite deserty. But even if you are not, you can still come across this signpost. Uruguay is easily recognizable for its gem-free coverage because the Uruguayan coverage is a bit smudgy. Speaking of coverage, most of, not always, coverage was taken during cloudy days, and the reason why I said not always is because, as you can see right here, it is pretty sunny right now. Another hint is the road lines, because sometimes in Uruguay you may come across these special road lines that are two yellow inner lines with striped white lines in between. And all of those hints combined would definitely guarantee you Uruguay. Hi, as you saw from my recent post, I said that I will once again change my character, but this time it will be different because I'm pretty tired of drawing the human me, because it's too difficult and too tiring to animating it all. So I believe it's time to put these characters to rest and begin a new era of my channel, which is, yep, this is now how I will look like. Pretty funky and weird, I know. Well, at least it's much simpler, and it definitely alludes to my channel name, LT and Nomad. So I hope that you will enjoy this new character of mine. And no, I won't change it for now. Just kidding, I will probably make some changes maybe sometime. But yeah, the character will remain the same, I promise. Anyways, I will see you in the next video, which will be North America. Anyways, I will see you around.